And that's what Jesus don't do. I love Jesus, but he doesn't recognize those spaces in behind there.
What, specifically to get into goal scoring positions or in general?
To get into goal scoring positions.
Cool.
That's what he doesn't do.
I thought Jesus was being slandered incorrectly here.
No, definitely not. I love Jesus, and I backed that as well for the whole season. About my injuries, that's why I'm with S. I'm just as frustrated with Jesus as I am with Partey. But with that, with that, yeah, I just thought that he was very big games. He stood up the most. Community Shields, he should have scored in that one there too. Gave John Stones and Ruben Dias like the tests that he's had when he's played in that
at the Emirates position, as well.
Got the assist for that one there too, and it's all come from a long ball. I want Ivan Toney because
Chelsea as well.
I want Ivan Toney because he will win those and he can score goals. But Havertz is giving me the bare minimum in terms of us keeping off. Havertz is the best way to describe it. He is a floor raiser, not a ceiling raiser. I'll bet his bare minimum will keep us still at a high level. He will still keep us at a high level. Whereas Ivan Toney and Osimhen, they raise the ceiling. When we're at our best with them, we can score 4 or 5 goals. With Havertz, he doesn't even need to score. And Arsenal scoring against Man City and Liverpool and causing their defense.
He's not a difference maker in a sense
because of brains and long legs.
Yeah,
he's like.
Konate got sent off because of Havertz.
Havertz is street smart. He does press well. He does foul and all of them. As I said, I don't really want to praise a player for this, but these are attributes other people can do.
Long-legged, presence, builds human.
Yes.
Listen, I think all of us don't rate Havertz to that point, but like he does have some good qualities.
You know what? I get it. I hear it.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I get. Yeah.
I think it's a political one because at the end of the day, Mikel Arteta spent 65 million on him, so you need to know how he's going to tie into the team and stuff like that. So I don't think he's gone anywhere time soon. I think one of my issues with Arsenal, when we get away from, the Jorginhos, the El Nenes, the Parteys, the bit part players, and we look at Declan Rice, there's a lot of guys who can play in a bunch of roles, but Declan Rice is the only ever present that's a central midfielder. Go on, Sammy.
Question. So if we do get a Victor or Ivan, where's Havertz? Where does he go?
The bench, man. Rotation. There's a lot of games to be played, isn't it? You could do your thing. You might even play centre mid sometimes. Like you're part of the squad, man. Until you show better, you're a squad guy, isn't it? 65 million for a squad guy is very crazy, but we're at.
It's not too. I'm seeing Jack Grealish on the bench.
So he doesn't even play behind.
He can in certain games, not in when you're playing Liverpool, Man City.
When it's a fight is when I would draw for Havertz. Really, the Newcastle's away, the chess match that was Liverpool. I don't really want to see you when it's just a footballing game. And of course, if we're naming Arsenal's strongest lineup,
we're going to brawl out. Bring Havertz.
Yeah, no, he's a fighter. Like Arteta said, he's someone that's always trying to defend the team and whatnot, man. Like
I think you're being harsh, man. Like when we're playing against low block,
absolutely.
I think when we're playing,
and he has popped up with some winners as well. For as much as he ain't a goal scorer,
Champions League, he scored a couple there too.
Yeah, he is a Champions League winner, German international. Crazy.
So
even playing left back
big games again. He scored against Man City in the final. I mean, I'm telling you, he does have something to his game. It's not easy on the eye. This is where I can agree with S and DG and all the other Arsenal fans that are a bit skeptical about him. He's not easy on the eye because even a touch when, for the penalty shout, that's an horrific touch. He should be doing much better in that situation. But the fact is kind of crazy because it does sound like we're praising the bare minimum. But to get into that situation...
No, we are. Let's be honest. We are praising the bare minimum. But Havertz is a delicate situation in itself.
Yeah. To get into that situation, to understand where the space is and against these high-level teams and to really cause himself a nuisance and get him behind it, even if it's something as little intangibles, raising up the crowd, pushing them behind, making them question about
Havertz's
that will allow Odegaard to get more space. I'm like Eddie Nketiah, much better finisher than Havertz. Yeah, I'm sorry, we don't see none of that. He is, as I said, a floor raiser, not a ceiling raiser, but our level. Last season without Jesus.
Now I get what you mean by that. Yeah, I'll go. Yeah.
Last season without Jesus, we aren't doing what we did against Liverpool. We're not doing that.
That's true. Unless Trossard goes up there and like Trossard's not a physical target man to be doing all of that. You are right on that. You are right on that. I just accept Havertz for what he is. He's a utility man. I am praising you for the bare minimum of footballer with, in theory, on your CV should have. But we're at where we're at with him, man. Like, if I'm honest, I want to see Fabio Vieira back, which I think has gone under the radar when we talk about injuries and stuff. And that's what I mean by Mikel Arteta, to go back to what we said, in that we know that we ain't got the finances of other clubs. And I do think the signings that have worked to those who haven't worked has been a lot better. But if we're looking at about winning Premier League titles, we need a bit more. When you look at 20-odd million on Lokonga, 30-odd on Fabio Vieira, 65 million on Kai Havertz, my maths is terrible. But that's 100-odd million quid that might have got you Douglas Luiz, that might have got you Rafinha or Neto or even Mudryk at a point. I'm not saying that any of these guys would have worked out, because hindsight's a wonderful thing. It's just resources could have been better deployed. It feels like we have a couple of players that can play everywhere. And don't get twisted, you need multifunctional players. But what are they really? And I can't answer it, so I'm asking you, like, what is Kai Havertz? Is he a striker? Is he a 10? Is he a left-sided 8? What is Kai Havertz? And that's what I can't answer.
Don't ask me. Don't say he's a mascot.
It's hard. Okay, the best way to say it, in terms of Manchester United had Jason Park for all of their big games.
This is sounding dangerous, you know.
Jason Park, he was a key player for them and played a lot of big games and had certain roles. He didn't play up front.
Yeah. I can see where it's going, but I'm praying for the team, man. I'm praying. Keep going. I'm praying, man.
He's brought in for certain situations and certain games. I think that's what Kai Havertz will be in the long term for Arsenal. He's not going to be starting every week in, week out. He's going to be brought in for certain games, certain substitute appearances, and that's exactly what we're going to need him for. Defensively, he's very good. Like, can we? He
always passes back. Yeah.
No, he is. No, he puts in a shift. He makes fouls. He gives us height.
Yeah.
These are things that, again,
aerial threat, great.
Yeah. If I'm praising him for this, the bar is on the floor, and the casting net for recruitment and people that can do that is higher. But we're at where we're at with Havertz, and that's genuinely what I see. I see that as someone that is clearly fairly intelligent, makes intelligent movements, and all the others, but ain't a difference maker. Like Kai Havertz, again, a year from now, I might say sorry for everything I've said, but in the same way Declan Rice came in, Timber in a way, even Raya to a degree, I can see what you're bringing. If you're not raising it, you're putting little paprika on our meal. Kai Havertz ain't really doing that. And for me, Kai Havertz is an expensive project when we've got numerous of them. We need to turn Jesus into a goal scorer. We need to take Saka and Martinelli to the next level. And there's plenty of examples throughout the whole team, if I'm completely honest with you lot. So it's a weird one. I did ask my subscribers to ask me some questions to ask to you lot, yeah, and they're coming up. We've got a couple things to go through before I let you lot get out of it. But we can't speak about what we're speaking about, and simply put, would you lot make it a celebration, police? I've got nothing more to say on it. Like, I've done the videos and that. In fact, it's crazy, really. Can't celebrate victory.
When you got nothing good to say, when you got nothing bad to say about Arsenal in terms of what we're doing on the pitch, you always find other ways. That's all it is. It does feel like the narrative was there, the script was written in terms of if Arsenal lose this game or don't win, they will talk about everything that happened on the pitch, the lack of desire, the lack of cohesion, missing all these chances. They like to talk about that when things go bad. But when things go good, dominated this Liverpool team, who limited them to one shot on target, which is the lowest that they've ever had. Ever. Yeah. And they want to talk about celebrations against this Jurgen Klopp team.
A team that's been spanking us as well.
Exactly.
Second best team in the country.
They just want to give as much media time as possible to this farewell tour that Klopp is giving. That's all it is.
Yeah. I think it's an Arsenal hating thing, but go on.
No, it's also Arsenal hating. But the more that they hate us, they have to find other ways to hate us. Like celebration. They've been yapping about us celebrating for 2 seasons now. It's getting boring. It's actually getting boring. But they bring it up again against Liverpool. Why?
I wish I had an answer, because Jurgen Klopp, and I'm not knocking it, because this is what it was about. He's been doing it against West Brom.
Against Everton. Hugging Alisson.
Klopp's been doing it from when they had Saka and them kind of players in and around their team. So I don't understand it really and truly. It feels like there's one rule for others and the next rule for us. But as George Graham used to say, we're Arsenal, we need to be dealing with being hated. And as Odegaard said, if you can't celebrate, when can you? And even when they're getting at our photographer, that man has been part of this thing for 30 years. We all know football is a family thing. And it's not just the players, it's everyone in and around that you're sharing these moments with. Why? What on God's green earth is wrong with that? If another person, I'm going to be honest, if an English manager, if an English captain did that at an English club, they will say that's a proper captain, that's a proper club. I'm not making it about all of that stuff, but it's not making sense to me, and it's to be honest, fuck celebration police, innit? What can I say? You got a problem, shove it. Like I can't add to it.
Exactly. If Declan Rice did it, it's a different story at the end of the day, because they're not going to do that because of agents. They know him personally, blah, 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 all of that. So it is what it is. And I don't mind it, DG, because this is the Arsenal I grew up on. This is Arsenal hated in the media, always spoken about. They hated Wenger. Why are you bringing this foreign manager in who's bringing all these foreign players? Weren't we the first team to ever play a non-British 11? Or a non-English 11,
maybe even close to a full black 11 as well, or X amount of players. Like we're a club of the people, regardless of your race, religion, and background, and we've been doing that. And as you said, and both of you actually, it's just they've got to find new ways to hate. I do think when you look at the media, it's like if somebody says a lie enough times, the vast majority of people are going to believe. If I say enough times on GMTV, the sky is purple, you're actually a fucking idiot if you believe that. But some people are actually going to take that in. So it's absolute nonsense. Would you lot give Arteta a new deal?
Yes, I'll let you go first. Go on.
Okay. Now let's see. Now it's getting interesting.
Right. Okay. He's got one more season with me. That's me. So if it's a new deal for what? I don't know what, 2 years, 2-3 year deal.
Yeah, it'd have to be.
That's fine. But in that time, we have got to win something substantial. I don't care if it's CL, PL, something. If he doesn't win anything in the next 2 seasons, I'm sorry.
Would an FA Cup suffice?
No, we have 14 of them. I'm tired.
Yeah, we need 15, but.
No, we don't need 15. We need 1 CL. Do you know what I mean? Like we need some sort of European pedigree at this point.
That's true.
And the thing is, though, I feel like Arteta, like, it's this team, that he's built, I don't think that it will ever happen again with somebody else. And with what he has and what he's built, he's got to achieve something. Do you know what I mean? It can't be FA Cups and Community Shields. It's got to be
English Super Cup.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's got to be something. Like, otherwise, the talent that we've got, it will walk away.
Yeah, the Salibas, well, Saka will probably be the last, and Declan Rice as well. But yeah, the Salibas, the Martinellis, the Gabriels, the people that have no real allegiance to Arsenal Football Club, regardless of the pictures they grew up with wearing Arsenal kits. It's the job at the end of the day, innit? You could be at the best company in the world. If the industry trailblazer wants you and you can learn a lot and earn more and all of that stuff, you're going to keep it moving. It's a difficult one where Arteta is concerned, man, because I do think now the conversation, it's a thing where it's one love for the rebuild. Now it's moving towards winning a title. And I think it is a delicate one where there is no right and wrong, really. I do think Arteta will get a new deal. I probably would give him one. But at the same time, if someone could present me with somebody that is likened to Arteta that can take this project to another level, that is a bit more street smart and ultimately a more better manager, right now, as much as I like Arteta, keep it moving. In the same way, if there was someone twice as good as Saka, this is the life, innit? I support Arsenal. I don't necessarily support these guys to a certain point. So it's a techie one.
Nah, I support Saka FC, sorry.
I love Saka, but I support my club, innit? Like, Saka's going to cut one day.
Where he goes, I go, sorry.
Listen, I thought that when I re-left, man. My heart's gone cold, man.
This is it. Oh, yeah. I agree with you, DG. I 100% give him a contract. And the reason being, it's not because he's achieved like amazing things off the pitch. He deserves it in that sense. No, it's the direction that we're currently,
isn't it?
Exactly.
It's having highly sought after as well. Barcelona links won't go away.
Exactly. So if you give him a new contract and he starts poorly or has a poor half of the season next, you can still sack him. You can still get rid of him in that sense. If it doesn't look like it's gone in the right direction. If you don't give him a new contract, even in terms of recruitment, he's been a massive factor in terms of recruitment for us. Declan Rice,
players wax lyrical.
Exactly, in terms
using
of
his 5-day pass to lotion them, man. It's crazy.
You need to have a clear direction in terms of I heard it, man.
He's so like, don't listen to this.
You have to have a clear direction in terms of your
silly, man. Don't ignore me,
strategy. Man. I can't, man. It's too funny. But a clear direction, a clear path in terms of where you are going. And we're having a manager there. Like, look at Liverpool right now. They're a massive club. Losing Jurgen Klopp. You hear Van Dijk say, I don't know what's going to happen. in terms of next year. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen in terms
and the
of
people
future.
above Klopp as well.
Exactly. So you kind of need to have that going on, and then pull the trigger if it's not going right.
No, I hear it. Yeah, I hear it.
So,
anyway, give me something. That's all I'm asking for. That's it.
I mean, you bring me an FA Cup, Arteta, I'll be quote unquote happy. But I do think it's about major trophies, and I did say in August in my videos that the gloves would kind of be off this season because I feel last season was the best and worst thing to happen to this fan base in line with our project. Obviously, because you've aroused imagination, you've enticed people to what we could do, we've accelerated it, and then how it ended. And I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I think next season is where nobody really cares about the project anymore. It's can you deliver? But then again, go on.
No, it's true. Like, I think this is his second full season.
Yeah, I just count it as 4 years, really. Next year's your fifth, isn't it?
Yeah, no, next year that's his. We're gonna have to pull the trigger if nothing happens next season. Like, it's what more can we do? How many more years can we give you? And if you can't deliver now, then when are you going to deliver? And I don't have the time. I don't have 30 years. I don't have 30 years. I'm not taking a walking stick to the Emirates to wait for a title.
And then you also have to look at what's happening with Man City. I mean, they've been going through a bit of a transition anyway, but they're going to go past the Kevin De Bruyne. They're going to have to look beyond.
They're doing it effortlessly. Like, it's like how they do it. Every time I see Fab bring up news about a City player coming from like the streets of Brazil, how do you find these people?
That's taken years of stability, though. That's been taken.
They've all sang from the same hymn sheet in all aspects of that football club and giving Pep everything.
That's taken a lot. That's taken a long time for them to get there, and a lot of money. However you may think how that's been generated and that, but they have taken a lot to get there, and we are still I know it's not early in terms of that, but compared to City, they've got years on us in terms of that. So we have done a lot of catching up.
Light years, actually, if we're honest, light years. Man.
Yeah, we've had a lot of catching up to do. The fact that we are at the table now, now that's good. That's why I think DG's right. Last year kind of raised our expectations to a level which is like really at the top and really at the peak of it. Whereas, are we quite ready for our team in terms of the project? And that's when, when you guys were speaking about earlier that we haven't covered in every position. I think it's been almost impossible to do that in one summer window and get a £100 million striker, someone that's going to be at that level, 100%. To get another winger who's going to be at a £50 to £60 million level and really complete everywhere in our squad. Whereas it feels like we're going to be close to that at the end of this season. But yeah, I'm glad that we've maintained in here and let's sustain that, and that in terms of keep the belief up within the fan base. Yes, there's going to be people saying, well, you haven't won us that. That's fine. That's the standards that we want to get to at Arsenal. I think Arteta wants us to be like that. In fact, in terms of we need to win something now, because that's when the players will feel that, and that's the environment we've created at Arsenal, thanks to Arteta, and also, thanks to a lot of the players that we're praising right now. So if we keep him next summer, I'm sure we've already got plans in motion in going in for that in terms of what strikers we're going to look at, what wingers, what midfielders. Then there we go, full steam ahead. Man City are going to have to replace Kevin De Bruyne. They are amazing at doing that, but losing a player of that quality, we know firsthand when you can't necessarily bounce back from that. Kevin De Bruyne's don't grow on trees. If they manage to find the next one, then that's it is what it is. But it's going to be very hard for them to do that. They're going to have to try and go through that similar transition period, kind of what they did to allow Liverpool to win the league in the season that they did, and us to take advantage of it. Our squad, we're still the third or fourth youngest squad in the league, like. We are there. Who else? Man City and Liverpool, they're not doing it with two 22-year-olds out wide. We've still built that. We're here for the long term. We're here to challenge, compete, and win for a long period. I do believe so. Yeah, that's Arteta at the helm, he's put us in that position. If he's in that position, great. If he's not, that's fine. He's put us in such a strong position as a club.
That's what I mean. Like, one love for the rebuild, and now that conversation is now becoming a Premier League. I don't know. I know Mikel Arteta and the players, because you hear it with the incoming players. You hear Mikel Arteta say it. You hear the existing players say it. They all want to win stuff. I just don't know beyond Mikel Arteta if they're dying to win the Premier League, because they might say, well, we finished second last year, we finished top 3 this year. You got Klopp and Pep. Next season we go along, and I don't think that's necessarily wrong, because there is something to be said in terms of stability. Arteta is a highly sought after manager. My biggest thing is, I don't want Mikel Arteta. I've got nothing but respect for Mikel Arteta. It takes big balls to take that Arsenal job in the time he did, and we've come a long way. I just don't want it to be in vain, in the sense of, it's like a young player. If a young player was here, if Saka was here and developing, and he got to a certain level and then he's moved on to win trophies, I don't want Mikel Arteta to go somewhere else and say, you know what, I did that at Arsenal, so I'm going to do this elsewhere and get different results. So we'll have to see. But that sets up my final question for you lot better, man, because somebody said, are Arsenal fans too harsh on Arteta? Context, we've gone from hoping for wins against big clubs to now expecting wins. But yes, Arteta has failed to deliver in the cups. Before the winter break, people were calling for the sack. Now they sing his name. Shows how football fans are very volatile. But yeah, what do you lot make of that?
Oh, Arsenal fans are reactionary. Like, don't listen to Arsenal fans unless you have sense. Don't listen to them. But the thing is, though, with Arteta, it's like he's still very inconsistent. Like, we don't have like pace with him yet, because we have a section of time where we're winning games, we look solid, we look great, and then and it always comes in threes. We always lose 3 games before we bounce back again. Like, that has got to stop. That's got to end. And I get why people are calling for the sack, because our European record is not looking great with Arteta, one, and even the domestic cups is not looking great. The only time really when he won was the FA Cup that Emery built that up. He just finished it. And it's like, we need to see you be able to take us, to the quarters or the semis or something, to at least show the fans that you can actually take us to become a title winning or trophy winning team.
One of the big boys at the big boy table.
Exactly. I get why people are like, I tell you, I haven't got time anymore. I'm done. We are a successful club. We expect success. We have expectations. So he needs to start, doing something. No, so with the Champions League, we have to set pace, because I'm not in the mood for us to go out the quarters when we have a genuine chance to make it further.
You wouldn't say that's a successful point of a return to the Champions League then, like the quarters?
True, yes, it is. But I want stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, but do you think Arsenal can win it? Because if you don't, then surely you can't be harsh.
Why can't we win it?
I believe we can.
I think we can.
I want to be like you lot. I want to be wrong. I want the Champions League, but are we serious here? Champions League, people.
Do you want again?
Champions League.
I'll tell you the reason why, DG, is Chelsea.
Yeah.
But we don't get them man's kind of luck. I'd love to win it like them, man. We don't get that kind of luck, man. We can't win it on the slimy thing.
There's only 2 teams. There's only 2 teams that I can accept defeating. I'll still be gutted, and it still has to take circumstances, but I'd say going ahead. Man City and Real Madrid.
Yeah, that's
experience.
Yeah, man are in it, so how can we win it?
We can try. God damn it.
All right. Out of all these teams, I think we move to Barcelona. I reckon we do them at the Camp Nou, and obviously at our place. Bayern Munich, safe. Dortmund, we could do a thing. Porto, I mean, like you said, Sammy, Arteta in the knockout rounds for me in Europe's been a bit shaky in the Europa. Inter, oof. Lazio, I'm not sure, because it's the away games that scare me. Sociedad, I think we're moving to them. PSV get dealt with. PSG, City, Napoli.
We could do a thing against PSG.
Thankfully, it's 2 legs. That's what you've got to say.
Yeah, but it's the away legs that F us, man.
The away legs don't even matter anymore.
But the game, if you got to lose 3-0 in the away leg and then you score 2 in the home leg, which what we used to do in the champs, and we say, oh, if only we started that leg better. I'm not being pessimistic for no reason. It's just Champions League is a different ball game, man. I don't believe we can win the Prem, and I've got more optimism for that than this. This is the pinnacle of club football. This is a serious thing. I know some Arsenal fans, not you two, were saying, we don't fear anyone in Europe a few weeks ago, but There's certain
they need to calm
naiveties
down.
we
They need to
show.
calm down. They need to calm
No,
down.
This is scary.
definitely I got fear in terms of that. But again, Tottenham Hotspur made a Champions League final. There's no excuse is if we face. I mean, man, they did it
That's
against
bridesmaid
Manchester
settings, man.
City.
We need to be grooms in that, man.
I hear you, but getting to there first is the main thing because the last
True.
that was my first Arsenal
The
memory.
draw, the luck thing as well.
Yeah,
Like,
it is the luck of the draw. But then at some point in the Champions League, there's none of that. You're bucking someone that's good. To be fair, you look at Benfica. I think they got to the semis. Inter obviously got to the final, so it can be done. But
Napoli,
that's the street smartness. Are we the most street smart team in the league? Are we one of the most street smart teams in the league?
I feel like we are now. I feel like
slightly we probably are, to be honest.
Yeah,
we definitely got
a couple players, huh?
Yeah. Like I feel like the fact that we bottled the PL, I think that took a lot for the players to understand that this is not. We can't play these games anymore. We can't go into whatever we go into with the mindset that we had before. It's different now.
True.
We're working with different attitudes now. Yeah. Like even Saka's becoming
a villain, man.
He's becoming a villain. Like I'm awake. We're all awake now.
Exactly, and
you are right. You know, you do have Jesus, Zinchenko, Jorginho, Rice. Everybody's got transferable experience. I mean, Declan Rice won the European trophy last season, so you are right. And I do believe in life, you're better off learning from your own experiences. Arteta, I've got a lot of time for you. I think it's been embarrassing in the Europa League. It was embarrassing against Sporting Lisbon over 2 legs. Embarrassing against Villarreal. I'm sure we went out to Olympiacos and there might have been another one.
Olympiacos, Jesus.
Exactly. And it's all kind of effed in the first legs, whether it's home or away. So if I feel that way about the Europa's here, Champs is up there. So these are the things I want to see arrested. And there is a lot of transferable experience. And as you kind of said with the league, you know, whether you're young or old, these players must have known how it felt when the league was mathematically impossible. That feeling of disappointment, you got the pain of discipline in life and you got the pain of regret. Discipline hurts, but you could do something about it in the present moment. Regret, we can't go back in time. So I'm scared, man. But
this is again with the Champions League, you can draw and win. Yeah, with the Premier League, you can't draw.
Yeah,
not now. You can't draw. A draw is as good as a defeat at this stage in the season. Now. That's why I believe in the Champions League. Yes, we need things to fall our way. Injuries in terms of players coming back when you're facing these big teams as well, in terms of their injury situation and what they're chasing after in terms of, you know, Real Madrid. Yeah, Real Madrid, they're Real Madrid. It's a bit different with them. But Bayern Munich, the situation they're in their league, Tuchel has to win that. Tuchel.
To be fair, we might be able to do something against them over 2 legs with Tommy Tuchel and Dyer and these lot, man. It could get Spursy over there, man.
I'm seeing Man United shit 3 goals past them. Shit 3.
It's the more mentality thing, I believe, in the champs than anything. Yeah, tactics.
No, it is. It's a mentality game with Champions League because the idea of Champions League is the best team in the world wins. It's not whoever can make it. Like if you believe you're the best, come.
But then Chelsea's 2 Champions Leagues have come whilst they've been 4th and 5th.
They were sweating, man. But they did believe, though, back to what Sammy said. They must have believed to some point, man.
But the thing is, though, Chelsea players, they have that mentality because they're a successful team anyway. They will believe their own falseness. Like, they're like, oh, I'm good. I played for Chelsea. Like, it doesn't matter. The club's history on its own does enough.
They got too many black guys now, but it's calm.
The Liverpool game gives me confidence. That was guys. You know how much pressure was on us. Liverpool didn't have the pressure in that game.
100%. We know the headlines that are written. We know what's said about the manager. We know how content creators are going to react. Like, we know what the world is saying. The world thought we was going to eat an L, and rightly so to a degree because Liverpool have had our number. So, and I think beyond any of that, we needed to prove that we could beat ourselves, that we could go onto that pitch, we're levels with them, we can have a game plan, react to any setbacks, and ultimately just win the game. Like, I feel one person that talks a lot of sense is actually Jorginho. When you actually listen to what he says in the pre-game press conferences and stuff, he's actually saying this. So I hope everybody's really and truly taking in. And we know we've got more of a bit of fight and desire and hunger and street smartness and a never say never attitude. But we'll have to see, man. Champions League's a different ball game, and Porto is. I mean, last Portuguese team played.
We'll be there.
I hope you're right, Sammy. But you also said Martinelli weren't good, so I don't know, man. If we can take you in like that.
As I said, I dare anyone to find any information that
I'm gonna go into the archives, man. I'm gonna go into the archives.
Go
I'm gonna go into the archives.
Go and find it. Because you're not gonna find anything.
I tried to tell the world about Martinelli when his form was there, man. People were telling me Trossard should be starting ahead of him. There's levels. Pick up Trossard. But there's serious levels. That Trossard's good, but there's levels. But before I let you lot go on. Anyways, before I let you lot go, West Ham on the weekend. How you lot feeling about West Ham, man? They've had our number. 2 games, 2 L's from us.
We're beating them.
You've got to go. You got to step into with confidence now. Yeah. Come on, it's a must win. It is definitely a must win. But off the back of that, Arsenal fans, we do have to feel the confidence going into it in this team. I'm sure a lot of us doubted us to have the capability to beat Liverpool. I
predicted 3-1 in my watch along.
Hey, now fair play.
I'm out of it.
I predicted a draw. I predicted a draw, but you have to take belief. It has to mean something that does going into your next game. Doesn't mean we're gonna, divine right, go and win, but you have to have the belief in to do so. These players are professional now. Like, even when our defeat to West Ham, again, that's it is unfortunate. And yes, we criticize the players, but to have that many chances and not even score a goal is ridiculous. That's one of them games.
Man. David Moyes seems to have Arteta's number at times, man. The League Cup, we were horrific. The game in the league, we should have won.
Yeah.
We did enough to win without putting the ball in the back of the net, and that's why you don't win the game.
So did we do enough to win then? Because I think Arsenal were crossing over into that territory now. If we want to win league titles and stuff, I agree with you, T. But I think we need to it's either you did it or you don't now. Like, there's no waffling about positives for no reason and doing the negative thing for no reason. It's do the thing, because as much as I don't believe we was outplayed by Newcastle, by Aston Villa, by West Ham in the league, but we didn't get the result. And all that matters in May is the points on the board, how many draws, wins, and L's, and where you rank, man. This is why I don't look at the league table until May, as I told you a lot earlier. But I hope we win. I hope Tomiyasu plays left back as well, man. Big up Zinni, though.
If we win, if we were to win the league, or if we lose the league, I won't look back at what we've done before the new year. It's what we do now. Like last year, we don't speak about Southampton in the first away game. We speak about Southampton in the home game. That's why
we don't speak about Brentford at home either.
Exactly. That's it, because we think about these are the business and this is the running. This is where we need to do it. So we need to beat West Ham. Continue that run. I need us to go on a run until we face City, to be honest, guys. Like,
when is that?
No, we need to be on a run till international break, if I'm being honest.
For what? Till March?
City's after that. City's after
that. So
I think you're right.
We've got no choice, really, then.
Yeah, I think you're right, S. Like, we need to go on a run until
Burnley, Porto, Newcastle, Sheffield United, Brentford, then Porto again. Then you've got Chelsea. That Chelsea game could be moved depending on what happens against Aston Villa. And then it's the big one. But these games are coming thick and fast. And as Arteta said, we've got one of the thinnest squads. And on paper, it's one thing, as you both know, on in real life, in football, we don't know what the dynamics are being said. So I literally think I can't process all of this, and definitely City. That's my priority. And then because we're getting to that stage now where these kind of teams that are fighting for their lives, whether they get relegated or not, they're going to start pulling off some shockers. But in an ideal world, we have to take maximum points until City.
And that's it. And City will look to go on a run. Whether they've got a difficult March, if they manage to work their way through that, then boy, fair play to them.
I hope they stay in the FA Cup as long as possible as well, man. Because
same in Liverpool.
Yeah. Need them. We need them all to play games. Liverpool obviously got the cup final. I'll be cheering them on because they're playing Chelsea. But we're in 2 competitions now. Like, obviously, it's a game a week, 2 games a week, tops 3 games every 10 days. Assuming nobody gets injured and we get our players back, things could be rosy. It feels like we're in that halfway moment now where it's either going to get lit or it's going to get shit. Like, who told me to be a football fan, man? I love this sport, but the way it can play with your emotions is crazy. Bro, all right. Before I let you get out of it, go on. I don't want to cut no.
At halftime, I said I hate this. I hate football. At full time, I said I love it.
There was that sucker punch in it, really, and that's the thing that needs to eradicate. We beat Liverpool, and you're gonna concede this football, but that goal shouldn't have happened. And them kind of things there, that's an element of Arsenal. No matter how good we are defensively, and we've come up heaps and bounds, we need to now stop doing that. All right. So my last question for you, look, then score predictions for Arsenal West Ham. I'm going to be optimistic and say 2-0 Arsenal. Jesus and Martinelli to bag, assuming Jesus is there. Why is they laughing? Why is they laughing? All right, cool. When Jesus scores, remember he told you.
Anyway, I'm saying 3-0.
Oh, you're laughing at, man. You think we're going to thump up West Ham 3-0?
Yeah.
I was gonna go 3-0. I'm gonna change that.
Yeah.
Oh, both you lot are bot talking. Both you lot slightly get gas when Arsenal do a madness, isn't it? You lot are slide them
of course.
positive.
You know what? It's not even that. It's not even that. It's the fact that we lost twice to this team, and Rice came from West Ham. You think that guy's happy about it? No, we got to do
David
something.
Moyes, Arteta's old gaffer as well. He might have one over him, man.
They need. This is enough for a win. We lost twice. Nah, this is not going to happen again.
I'm shook because, again, I like Zinchenko, but Zinchenko up against Kudus doesn't fill me with any joy. I need Tomiyasu to play left back. Like, Zini did all right against Liverpool, but this is where I need the Tomiyasus and people of that ilk. And I agree with you.
It's likely that Zini starts and then Tomiyasu will come on for him at half time. So
I'm not even sure if Zini's going to be fit, guys.
This is it as well. Like, yeah, you're right. Like, we don't even know if Zini's about. It all depends how he's recovered. I'm sure he's having his scan. What is Tuesday today? The club probably know.
Yeah, they probably know now how the extent of the injury.
But that's another guy that's got to go somewhere.
Again, I don't think we'll sell him. I don't mind Zini as a third choice.
That's harsh, man. Zini can bake off in the squad, man.
Squad
games.
Yeah, he could be a squad
in the squad. What, you don't rate Zini?
No, I do. Of course I do.
He changed the system,
S is ruthless, S is ruthless, Any injury from player, get out. I don't want you in my physio room. That's what S is saying. I don't want you in my physio room no more.
Was an Arsenal fan.
I'm the physio that gets you back in good time. That's what I do.
Yeah.
But my problem is that it's the consistency of injuries happens so frequently. It's like, what's happening here?
Let me take this to VAR because maybe Zinchenko's being given a harsh.
Take it to VAR. I dare you.
Yeah. Let's see. Come on, Zinchenko, don't let me down. In fact, I always say it, to be fair, he does get away with a bit, like he gets these 1 week, 2 weeks, and no one bats an eyelid. All right, let's focus on Jess and Arsenal, yeah? Disclaimer. Just Arsenal.
Go on.
It's looking a bit mad
still.
still.
Look at that.
11, 6.
Did you look at that? Anyway.
Calf.
That calf's mad.
Yeah,
him and Tomiyasu's calves. What is it with them, man?
I don't know, man. I don't know what they're doing with our fullbacks, man.
It's because of what they're expected to do. It's because of their role. See how Arteta wants this inverted fullback business. They are expected to. They're runners now. They need to run. They need to pace. They need to do a lot of accelerating, decelerating, and your calf muscle takes a load of stress when that happens. So it's no surprise, really.
Cover a lot of ground in fullbacks.
Exactly, they cover too much ground. So, and the distance that they have to do, maybe their bodies aren't able to.
Some of them aren't athletes enough. Like, I don't think Zinchenko is an athlete like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's why
we're not a physical specimen like Timber and that, man.
You see when Michael Owen said that you could become a footballer if you run. If you just run. So
it's true. The game's gone mad.
But yeah.
I can't lie, it's ended on a bit of a downer, but this has been a lovely video with you lot, man. Let people know they can find you lot. Like Zinchenko, I'm sorry, my guy, you get back, man. He's one of my guilty pleasures at Arsenal. He's terrible defensively,
but
I like him.
I love him.
No, don't say that crap now, man. You
just you can't do that. You said you wanted to.
Don't do that.
No, but I do. Like, so what? I can't love a player. And
you dissed him. You need to say sorry to certain players as well in this team, but we keep going over the same thing.
As you said, don't fall in love with the player. You love the club, so
yeah. He was an Arsenal fan. Listen. I love fullbacks. I'm a Sunday League fullback. Yeah, we're all failed wingers and central midfielders and strikers. So when I see a Killy, I'm gonna be shameless. Like apart from Kirio, shout to him though, man. He's
poor Kirio, man. Where's the strafe?
I don't know where this hate comes from.
I like Kirio, but he's not saying.
Nah. You do the S now. I like Kirio. No, you don't. Take it back.
You might rate Kirio. Like I rate Kirio. We can see the receipts. Like I always say, give Kirio time. It's just. You don't look like you've got that real confidence that you truly believe.
He's a pure centre back. That's why.
Huh?
He's a pure centre back. That's why.
But that, like, whether you're centre back or left back, you should still be able to look over your shoulder, follow runners. Arsenal fans were saying he's very good in terms of recovery. Big him up for the Liverpool game, and he had a strong run in the last season. As I said, I like Kirill, but I think he's got that Lokonga thing in that I need to see that ruthless self-belief and that I am here. Like, even when what did we win? When we won the Community Shield?
He hasn't got the minutes. He needs the minutes.
Yeah, but how's the minutes going to come? How are you going to get that? How you gonna get that? Tomiyasu didn't get minutes at the start. He got 1-2 minutes and he took it. Like, if you're not gonna push for a start, make sure Arteta has confidence that he can deploy you. And you look at several times, you know, when he's playing with his boot against Brentford, when he's ducking out headers against Sporting Lisbon, when he's hooked at half-time against Fulham, when he's getting terrorized against PSV. What was it? Was it Luton where he's a bit underwhelming? Yeah. I like you, but you need to help me to help you. I will spread the propaganda in videos. You know?
Hey, we got Boris. Help me help you over here. Yo.
This is what I'm saying. Like,
go and coach him fullback master. Go and tell him.
I can't tell. He's big Polish international. If I was him, I would not listen to me. If I'm watching this video, I'll say, "Shut up, YouTube pussy." Like, he can't tell me nothing. That's what I would say if I was Kirill. I can't teach him that, but he's all right, man. He's all right, man. There's very few players I don't really rate in the Arsenal team. Cedric's probably the only one I look at and I think you're not good. Like, even now and then, you're good for 8 games across a 38-game season, but you shouldn't be here.
I'm probably there with Eddie now. Like, yeah.
I rate Eddie, but
let's
get our money.
I'm also on the you need to go at summer.
Yeah, you just get our money for him. Like, Eddie is cool, man. You've scored hat tricks, number 14, won an FA Cup, done your thing, getting 100 bags a week, IC3 and that. Shout out to him, but we need a striker. You're damaged goods, and you could even argue if you bring in another striker, if you've got Jesus, if you've got Trossard, if you've got Havertz, probably not so much Martinelli, but there's like 4 men that could play ahead of you next season. So you need to go and settle down roots now, man. Elsewhere.
Hey, well, I've got one more thing I want to ask you both. Yeah, if you had to sell one player, and don't say Eddie or like man like that, you have to sell one player in this Arsenal team. Who are you selling?
Put disclaimer. What? Say names then. Like, we can't say
out of the ones who are playing, like the top players. Like, you can use some rotation, man, like a Trossard. Don't say Eddie. Everyone.
Oh yeah, Trossard then safe.
Are you rude?
Pick him up, safe. I'm not selling Saliba. I'm not selling them, man. Trossard safe. Like,
I'd sell Jesus. Out of the first team, I'd sell Jesus.
Same. Jesus.
So what? I don't want. Wait.
Same.
You lot would sell Gabriel Jesus before Trossard.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because
Trossard's available, bro.
Trossard's a role player. Trossard is a role player.
So Jesus was that at City?
He was.
He ain't available enough to be a role player.
Jesus has done what we want our players to do. He's won the big boy trophy, the Prem and that. What's Trossard?
He still hasn't done any incorporation to us.
Because he's by himself. Trossard puts his body. Jesus puts his body on the line for this team. How many times? Did you not hear him before? Did you not hear the Nottingham Forest game where Arteta said he's carrying?
When he said that I'm not a goal scorer.
Yeah, no, you're taking this stuff out of context. That's someone incredibly self-aware. That's a self-aware individual. You should be self-aware.
Are you really gonna say that?
Yeah, no, he's self-aware. He knows his strengths. He knows his weaknesses. Ramsdale said he can't concentrate. Zinchenko said I need to improve defensively, but we're drawing out Jesus. Come on, man.
My thing's not with availability. That's my issue with Jesus. That ability.
Yeah, but all the shit ones in this team are always about like ballers. Bro, come on, man. You look harsh, man.
That's why the shit people are still here because they're available.
Yeah, you know what? You got me there. But out of all the proper players, Trossard, not because I don't like him, is I ain't selling Saliba. I ain't getting rid of who else is there. I ain't selling Saka. Declan Rice is not going. Martinelli is not going. Jesus is not going. We buy another striker, you'll shine. Trossard is what it is. Like, if I can get out of it and say Havertz, cool. But like, Trossard is what it is. Half the Haaland boys could go apart from Smith Rowe, and even him. If I ask Arteta to be ruthless, then to be honest, Smith Rowe and Ketty and Nelson, it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. But I'd say Trossard. Sammy, who's yours? Oh wait, you lot done the Jesus thing. All right, you can't say Jesus. Both of you can't say Jesus.
No, that's not the rule.
Okay. No, all right. We know you lot. First thing is Jesus. Say the next one.
Thank you so much.
All right, Gabriel Jesus. I promise you, they're gonna be breading you when you're back. You know, listen, Gabriel Jesus. You're not gonna. I'm gonna say it, you're not gonna get injured from now to from the point of you returning to next season. There's no more injuries.
You know what? Amen. I want to hear that.
If that happens, DG, I'm seeing you at the parade. I'm buying you whatever you want. whatever drink.
Hey, make sure you got the Henny in that, man.
Exactly. Oh, just hit me up. They tell me if that happens, Jesus, when he comes back, stays fit. Because we're winning something if that happens.
And I just want you lot to know, don't celebrate it when he does get a brace against West Ham. Don't celebrate. Don't celebrate. Certain people got something against Brazilian players. First it was Martinelli, and it's Jesus.
No one said anything about Martinelli for the 500th time.
Speak.
Yes, you gotta be careful, because I've seen DG on Twitter recently. He'll
I have been trolling the hell out of Liverpool.
You know what's funny? Let him find it.
When I find it, I'm bringing, straight after the stream, I'm going to rise up receipts. Because
I've got a bit of Jesus propaganda, man. So
nah, you're good.
Yeah,
She's pissed because I can't believe all of this with Jesus. All of the defending this lady has done for certain players. And Jesus is getting hung out to dry, man. But
he's not getting hung out to dry. As I said, it's not about the
You
quality.
said you would
it's
sell
about
him.
Availability for the
You said you would sell him.
Yeah, because of his lack of availability.
Okay, but if he's back for the remaining end of the season, what? Jesus is a Spartan, man. He will be here. He will be here. He will be here. He will be here against Porto. He will be here against West Ham.
At the end of the day, I want to be proven wrong. Okay?
Yeah.
I want to be proven wrong. If Jesus stays fit to the end of the season, that's fantastic. Not only for Arsenal, but for the fans.
God's watching, man. How can you get rid of your Jesus? This is crazy. Man. This is God. When Judgment Day comes, remember, I was with it. But anyways, let people know where they can find both of you, man. Your socials, your everything, man. Everything.
Hey, it's a pleasure, DG. Thank you again.
Pleasure having both of you, man.
Quality. I really enjoyed that. Tariq Talks on X, on YouTube as well. Check me out on there, guys. I enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to doing this again. And if Jesus is here, DG, Henny on deck.
Come on. And Sammy's gone somewhere. I don't know what's happened.
Sorry. My housemate is just coming into the house. I wanted to.
Yeah, no, let people know where they can find you.
So what's it called? Find me on Gold Diggers.
Don't be shy now, man. Miss Physio and all of these things.
Just thank you. That's my Twitter. There. Where is it? There.
Yeah,
I don't talk about football, innit? I don't talk about these players. This propaganda about Martinelli and Jesus. I don't talk. But anyway, yeah, find me on Gold Diggers UK.
Big up Gold Diggers as well. She's interviewing, what was it, Mo Farah and all of these crazy people. I'm surprised she has time for us commoners on YouTube. But yeah, people, all their infos are in the description. Let me let them get out of here. And when Jesus gets a brace, we will reconvene this conversation. But you two, God bless you both. Appreciative for you lot giving up your evening with the guy. So yeah, people, comment, like, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts and everything. Safe. I don't know why that bubble thing keeps coming up.
Why does that keep coming up?
The first time I aired it, I didn't know where it was. I thought, whoa, was it me? Did I press it?
It's not me.
I think you put your hands up or something. Are you on your MacBook?
No.
You don't do anything with me.
Yeah, I don't know what's.
Yeah, sorry about the bubbles, but balloons or whatever.
It's mine. On that note, people, safe.
There's always just that active red line defending. I think it's like